Hey guys, everyone. It's been what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Woo!
Too long.
It's been
Long
long.
time, baby.
Definitely. It's definitely been long. So obviously I want to welcome everybody to Hospitality 360, powered by EV Hotel. Thank you for being here. We're grateful for you guys to be here every week, but we haven't been here every week for the last few weeks, I think it is. So it's been kind of a roller coaster ride, I guess, in a way, for the last few weeks. Everybody's probably been jam packed. So, first, I want to get into, and I'm going to kind of change the show up this week a little bit, so I'm going to dive right into it. And I want to know what everyone's been up to for the last 2 weeks. I mean, what you guys been up to? I mean, Calvin.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
You got a story. I feel a story coming on.
No. Just I've been, just trying to balance life. I've had a home situation going on with my son. Had a house flood situation going on.
Gosh.
So I've just been dealing with contractors for the last week or so. But I have to say this though. If on a positive note, I've had a positive customer experience. So, when you have a flood situation, particularly in this one, when it was a category 3, the water was contaminated, you got to have somebody come in and, demo the walls, ceilings, and all of that stuff so it doesn't mold. Whoever works for ServPro, I'm getting ready to give you a plug. ServPro, you're good.
Our friend, Lori, Maury, I think is her last name, and I apologize, Lori, but the one from CCC that we always see, she's with ServPro.
Yeah,
So,
I actually mentioned it on LinkedIn.
there you go, Lori. You got a plug now.
You got a free commercial today. But
Yeah.
I just, despite the tragedy, fortunately nobody got hurt or anything, but it is still a disruption to your life.
Yeah.
At least they were very customer service friendly. They called when they couldn't make it, and they just were great at follow up and doing what they were supposed to do. So ServPro, I give you 5 stars today, and thank you for being a partner in this mess that I'm in right now. But I do know there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
There you go.
I'm excited about that part.
Phenomenal.
So that's what I've been doing.
ServPro.
Yeah.
We're right on it.
Love it.
What do you got, my friend Jeff Driscoll? In the car, always in the car.
Yeah, I'm moving around. You can't
Always
keep me in one spot, right?
Yeah.
So we are in the middle of our off-season training program. So I've been in Houston Monday through Thursday, working out, meeting, throwing the ball around a little bit. So it's been fun to get back into football mode a little bit, and get around my teammates and just kind of get back in the football mindset. It's always fun to be able to do that. And besides from that, I have been back in Orlando on the weekends, Thursday evening through Sunday, and just hanging out with the family. Was able to take a quick vacation over Mother's Day weekend, and was able to pamper my wife a little bit. My mom came out to the property that we stayed at, and we just floated around the lazy river all day and then crashed at night. So it was great.
Beautiful.
So everything is good.
Very nice.
Everything is
Very
good.
nice. Glad you had a great time. Well, Katie Steinberg, the birthday girl.
Oh, yes.
The girl that just can never be found if you want to try to find her.
No, Ken just calls me on my cell, and I'm like, I use my work phone. And
I gotta save your work phone number. I tell you that millions of times.
You say that every single time we talk, and then
Yeah.
every single time I'm like, Ken, please contact me on my work phone. You're like, oh, sorry.
What's
What
going
have I
on,
been up
Katie?
to? Another year older, hopefully wiser.
Happy
right?
birthday, by the way.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thanks,
We
guys.
celebrated EV birthday for Katie.
Go,
today.
Katie.
My first
It's your
EV birthday.
Go,
I'm so
Katie.
excited.
It's your birthday.
I love it. What have I been up to? It's kind of same old, but getting ready for High Tech, of course. I know it's in 6 weeks, but I'm so excited, and the whole gang's going to be there. And then, I went to.
Well, you know who's speaking at High Tech, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, not me, but you, of course.
No, we all EV Hotel.
EV, yes. EV
Yeah.
will be strong at High Tech.
Yes, it will.
But I went to a luncheon the other day, and Dak was the speaker, and so he came like right after trading and everything. So Jeffy got a little competition there, but it was good. It's been a good last couple of weeks, and it was a good birthday. But missed you guys, of course.
Oh, we missed you too, Katie. I mean, yeah, you're the life of this show. So
I don't know about that, but thank you.
we you kind of get that show flowing. It's like makes it all peachy.
It's the crypto knowledge for sure.
Yeah, and the crypto NFT knowledge. I mean, we couldn't go without you. You know, we have to have you on the show for the crypto NFT knowledge. You know, that's where we need you. We need you most. So when you don't make the show, we got to cancel the show.
True. Well, thank you, Ken.
Oh, anytime. So yeah, it's been a great 2 weeks. I think we haven't done the show. Obviously, we're missing people. Obviously, Brian, Stephanie will be on a little bit. I miss seeing everybody on camera. I miss our audience. You know, we've got great audience here, and even our newsletter on LinkedIn has like over 4,000 subscribers. So cool. So just a reminder for everybody, all the articles from the show will be on our LinkedIn newsletter, Hospitality 360. They're usually posted within 48 hours. So I'm going to try to get the team to move a little faster these days, but it's that COVID time. Just kidding.
Get them going, Ken. Get them going. Get them going.
But that's it. We gotta try to push them to that 24 hours, But they do a phenomenal job, so they just keep it moving all the time. So we're gonna kind of dive into this, and I know we want to kind of get to a bunch of things today. So I'm gonna dive into the first one, and this is right here with Vegas we're talking about. So Vegas is obviously doing a lot of things with the robots. In this feature, in this article, they're talking about amazing tech to help the workforce and not replace it. Wow, that sounds like something very familiar, So obviously our focus, and you guys know I always talk about it, a less task-driven system, right? That's what we want to focus on. In this piece, they have it where meet Adam. He's a robotic bartender, automation on the task itself. Now, the robots, for me, I look at that they're going to be reaching households in the near future. What do we see with the robots and what roles do they play? Yeah. And I've said this for a long time, is the robots are the automation piece. Mm-hmm. Technology is the automation piece. We have to drive down the tasks to make it easier and create a less task-driven system to even create a less labor-intensive industry. Mm-hmm. And this is what it's all about, and I'm glad people are catching up. I know Vegas, we talk about, yes, can Vegas do it? Of course they can, because their revenue streams are much higher than any other market in the country. So this is going to be a great piece for Vegas to kind of take upon itself, kind of move it forward. Well, I'll go to you, Calvin. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I just thought it was it just support what we've been talking about all the time. How robotics is going to help with the experience, particularly like task-laden roles, like in the hospitality industry. I'm all for it. Of course, I'm with EV. I'm all for it. I just think,
right.
I just would like to see hopefully a lot. I know Vegas is going to always be innovative. I mean, people always are going there.
Mhm.
You know, I'm hoping that the industry sees the value in robotics over time. I believe it will, because I just think you have to do it. I mean, I know we're talking about some other articles coming up. This labor situation,
Right.
it's just not going to go away. So we have to come up with a viable solution. And I think that using robotics and AI and things of that nature to help make sure that experience stays to the level that customers expect, we're going to have to do something different. It has to be different. I think robotics is going to be the way to go. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I just think it's going to get better as time goes on. But yeah, I loved it. I'm starting to see more and more brands talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So of course, totally supportive of the robotics. And I
Yeah.
did like the idea that they talked a little bit about because people I think are afraid that they're going to lose their job when robotics come into.
Yeah.
Totally.
I did like the idea of the article that talked about, hey, if any of the robots take somebody's job or whatever, they were going to give them extra, severance pay or whatever the thing is. But I think what's more important is that people learn how to work with the automation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be able to do it, and because it's not going to go away. And I just think it's going to be a great thing for the industry overall, not just hospitality, but many industries across the board.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean we preach this all the time, right? Like
Yeah.
focused on it for close to 3 years now, automation, and I'm just glad to see that everyone's catching up, right? Everybody's understanding it, and it's not a replacement of positions. It's more of a guidance of positions, right?
Mhm.
It's more guiding them to do better jobs, focus on service.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's great. I think that the consumer won't be shocked by it. When you look at people's households right now, I mean, probably most houses have some kind of robotics, whether it's
Mhm.
what is it? We call it a Harry in our house.
A
It's
Roomba?
the Roomba. Yeah, we
Yeah.
call it Harry. I have little girls, so they call it Harry. But
As a name.
yeah. So people are used to that kind of technology in their house. And going back to what Calvin kind of touched on, when people are kind of if people are replaced by a robot, they'll train that employee up to do something different. So
Yeah.
what does that mean? That means the guest is going to get a new experience that they've never had before because they haven't had to train people to do new additional things. So I mean, I think it's going to help these hotels, these restaurants, these service industries get things done better, and that's going to just trickle down to the consumer, which is what we're all about.
Mhm.
And I think it's just going to give better experiences and new experiences. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. Katie?
I am all for this. Just like both Calvin and Jeff, I think this is incredible. It's one of those things where, just like Calvin said, it's happening, right? So you have to
Yes.
embrace the change and have to be a part of it. And what's great is they're recognizing that it is a fear for many that robots will be taking their jobs. So they're creating solutions for that as well and making sure that that's not actually going to be a thing. And I think it's going to be great. And I think it already is great. So I'm excited to be able to experience it myself, honestly.
Phenomenal. Yeah, I think, look, I think this is the way we move forward. These are the
Mhm.
things that we do. Um, the employees aren't coming back. I keep saying that, right? Like, they're not coming back because we didn't take care of them
Yeah.
before. It's let's not blame the employees.
Mhm.
This is not, I've said this for a long time, is they've moved on. It's like a relationship, right?
Yes, sir.
They've moved on.
Yes, sir. It is.
You know what I mean?
Yep, I do.
They've moved on.
Yeah.
You can't force somebody to come back. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Once they move on, they move on. How do you fix that? Is you have to move on. You
Mhm.
have to figure out, okay, who's your next girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this is where we our solution to this is the people that we have currently, how do we make their lives easier?
Yep.
And robotics, automation, technology, the
Yes,
three
sir.
pieces to success.
Yep.
I'll
And
end it there.
and you know what I like most about robotics?
Yeah.
What?
They don't have an attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Seriously, you know, they don't have an attitude. You know,
I love it.
dealing with human beings.
Just
man.
do it. You don't have to listen to the talk back.
What I've been
You
getting
don't have to have
recently,
it talk back to you.
I would replace them with a robot just like
Oh
that.
my god.
You
Tell
don't
the
have to
kids.
have
No,
them
just
talk
kidding.
back to you.
I'm
No.
like, I'll be better off with a robot. You got an attitude. You don't want to be here.
Yeah,
Come on, man. You
that's
know,
it.
Yeah, that's the thing about robots.
They're
It's
level.
like a Black Mirror episode.
That's it. That's it. Well, I'm gonna move on to the next piece, guys. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
got this situation right now, and it's just like hospitality. They have the issue of labor in airlines as well.
Mhm.
You know, right now, when you look at airlines are facing shortages, you have over 14,000 pilots that are needed. Now, how do we resolve that? Back in March here, right here in Atlanta, you had employees picketing outside the airport, right? Same thing. They're gone. It's like a relationship. They left. You know, they're not coming back. But in the airline situation, it was they retired. More of them just retired. And they're like, you know what? I'm kind of done. I'm happy where I am in life. And that's it, right? So what have the airlines done? In this piece, in this article, they're talking about they partnered with chartered bus companies to ferry passengers and their bags on local and shorter routes.
Mhm.
I think it's a great idea. Would I be a fan of it? And when I say great idea, I mean like for people that want a solution, right?
Yeah.
They're at least thinking of a solution.
Trying to
But-
provide a solution.
For me, myself, I would be like, look, I don't know. I'm not a fan of riding the bus. I hated riding the school bus to begin with. You know, you're gonna tell me to ride a regular bus? I don't know. That's not a fan of it, you know? And that's just me. I'm not a fan of it, right? I like trains. I'll ride a train, but I don't like riding a bus, you know? Because I'm like, somebody's driving that bus and it's not me, you know?
Okay.
So I feel just unsafe with it, but it is what it is. I think there's a solution to this. It's not going to come back, just like hospitality. That's why you're seeing delay on flights. You're seeing, I always tell this to everybody about airlines. Don't ever book the last flight and don't ever book the first flight because you always want to leave room where if your flight gets canceled, you got two more.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how I always like to have it.
Yep.
Now these days, especially, you know. But Calvin,
Wow. I really agree with you on that one, Ken.
Mhm.
I'm glad they have come up with a solution,
yeah,
which is better than just sitting there and saying we can't help you. I think that's great, but when you want to fly, you want to fly. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel kind of
I agree.
messed up about it at the same time.
yeah.
But I understand they have to do something, and at least they're trying to give the traveler something to make them so they can get to the destination.
Mhm.
But on a higher level, it actually is kind of scary a little bit because, and I don't know if scary is I would say concerned, because everybody's saying travel is back, but you can't even get a flight. Like,
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, it's you know, it's almost like the situation we talked in the last 360 when we talked about everybody saying, you know, come to my hotel, but you're not cleaning my rooms for 3 days. It's
Yeah.
almost like, you know, we're saying, great, come, but you can't get to me.
Or it's like you can't even afford the flight. Is
yeah,
you
that
can
too.
get it or you
It's
can't
like,
afford? They're so
it's
expensive
just
right
it's
now.
hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard to really understand the challenge there, and it's difficult because it's not like a hotel where people used to say, "Hey, stick a body at the front desk. You got a warm body, they'll learn how to do it." It's not the same. You don't want that in an airline situation. You want to make sure they're trained really properly. So it's just hard. I feel for the airline industry, and like you said, Ken, they're not coming back. So I think right now, because they said 5 years maybe down the road, it might catch up. But I think in the interim, it's just going to be tough.
Yeah.
If you're a traveler, it's just going to be tough. And if you, but that bus thing, I'm not feeling it.
You're like, no, the bus ain't me either.
Man, dude, I rode the bus in Chicago forever growing up. I don't like getting on buses anymore.
No. I know. I hear you on that. I'm like, man, I don't know about that. You know,
there is this stigma about the buses. I don't know what it is, but like even when Ken, you just said you're like, it's because I'm not driving it, but it's like on a plane, you're definitely not the one flying it, or in an Uber, you're not driving either. But it's still a bus. Like I don't know, there's something about it.
And there's something about speed. Time is money, man. To fly somewhere versus bus is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna take. It's time too. I mean, it's
I like the train because I feel like I don't know.
Train can be good.
It's such a great feeling to get on a train and then see it go by these scenic routes, and you're sitting there like whether you're on that table where it's like the other person on the other side of you.
Yeah.
And you're on this side, it just feels so much better. You know what I mean?
Like a regal experience.
You know what, Ken? You brought up something. This is a great opportunity for like trains, because on a train, you get there quicker. You could create a really positive experience. You have time to put automation in there. You can do a lot of great things on the train situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I think so much you can do, right? Like I've always dreamed about taking that route of London to Paris. They have this train that goes.
They do.
Oh, that one, the underwater?
I don't know if it's underwater. No, it's not underwater because
they do have one.
Yeah, part of it.
Yeah, it's
part
like,
of it is.
Yeah. We need an EV train. EV bullet train.
We need an EV train.
EV bullet train.
I was going to say, do you need to do an EV bullet train? That'd be awesome.
We'll focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's get a hotel first.
That's it, you know? Right, Jeff?
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Yeah, Ken. So I've actually been on that London to Paris train.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny. We were super excited to go to Paris, and we were like, all right, we're going to have the best macaroons ever when we get there. And then we had a little meal or whatever on the train. And those were the best macaroons we found the whole time was on the train. So that was my memory from that that train ride. But I think what they're doing, the airlines with the bus situation is great. It might not be the best situation. It might not be ideal for what everybody wants, but it's the best solution that I can think of right now for people to get to these hubs where there's more and more flights. But I think like anything, right? Like if the airline industry needs more pilots, they're going to start to market it. They're going to start to recruit, and they're going to pay more. So they're going to come back, right? It's going to happen. The issue is just the lead time, right? Which, some people see it as a negative. I don't. I want to feel confident that the people that are operating the aircrafts are up to speed and know everything that they need to know. So I really, hats off to the airlines for not cutting corners, because I think it would be an easy thing to do in order to, get back to where they want to be as far as revenue goes. So, I think it'll work itself out. But in the meantime, we might be on buses.
In the meantime, get on the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I mean. We'll be on a bus. I don't know. I'm now, Jeff, you got me thinking. I'm like, my next trip is gonna have to be UK and get on that train to Paris.
It's cool. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's an experience.
Have you
for
done
sure.
it too, Katie? You've been
Yeah.
on that? Really?
Yeah. I always thought that was like the way that you got from London to Paris, but maybe it was. I always thought that was like the traditional way. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yes, I did. You don't
Yeah,
even
that's
realize
pretty
you're
cool.
underwater.
Katie, I'm
Obviously.
gonna have to hang out with you and Jeff.
I know. Shoot. You got to hang out with Katie. Look, she gets to go everywhere.
Right.
Since
Yeah.
when have I
You just
like
got to
this is
make
the
sure
first
you
time
call her on her work phone.
Oh my God. This is the first time that I've ever been the one to like tell you guys about a travel thing also. So Jeff, thank you for being with me on this one. Normally you're like, yeah, back in Dubai. And I'm like,
Oh, well, you know what? You took it right to it. You took it right to it. Back in Dubai.
oh yeah. See?
You know?
There we go.
Meanwhile, in Dubai.
Meanwhile in Dubai. I don't think there's a person that watches this show knows that I don't like Dubai. You know, I think they know I'm in love with Dubai, and I always am. And that's why I want to take this to the next piece. This is one of the most proudest moments knowing that I did my internship at this hotel and the other Burj in Dubai to now officially it's the most Instagrammable hotel in the world. The 7-star hotel Burj, there was 2.55 million shots captured in 2022. And we're only 4 months in. So the next closest one was at 1.8 million in Singapore, the Marina Hotel, I believe it was. So if you guys haven't been to this hotel, let me give you some of the things that we only dream of. Okay, gold-plated suites, towering atrium, an aquarium restaurant. Okay, those are only some of the things. Okay, no wonder people want to take pictures here, right?
Crazy.
I mean, to tell you to be inside that thing, to do a summer internship.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always dreamed about, to have a hotel brand that replicates the service, the model, the luxury aspect of it. And it's going to keep growing. I think even the next one by the Jumeirah Group with the sail ship that I tell you guys, the sailboat that I'm telling you guys about, that's going to open next year. This is only going to scale it, but I am just very excited for them to be noticed like this. And it's for the big shout out goes to the employees of the Burj. I mean, they do a phenomenal job. So, and, just want to give a big shout out. They work so hard over there.
So cool.
Just very hard. But I'll go to you, Katie, first. Do we have like a shocker that I've been there too?
Definitely. No, I wish. No, that just even looking at the picture, I was like, oh my goodness. One of my colleagues is in Dubai right now, and I'm about to message. I mean, I'm sure you can't miss it, right? But I'm gonna be like, you need to go there. But first off, I was wondering, it says self-dubbed 7 stars. I didn't know if that was like allowed, but is that meaning that
man, that's like 17 stars. We need to add a 1 to that 7.
Okay, I was laughing at that, but no, I mean, this just looks insane. Like an underwater zoo. I mean, I feel like these are things that you kind of see in movies, but they're not normally actually in real life. And then this is real life. So I would love nothing more than to be able to go. And I'm amazed by the hotel, and it looks absolutely incredible. So Ken, if you'd like to take me, I'm ready.
Well, we're gonna plan an EV trip. We're definitely planning an EV. You're EV.
I know.
So
we gotta go.
You're always invited. All the time. So I mean, definitely, and about the EV charity event, you're invited as well.
Yeah.
We just can't tell everybody the date and the place right now because we have a limited guest list. So, but Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk Dubai, the first thing that comes to your mind is like, oh, that person's in Dubai. That person's fancy, right? and this hotel is like the pinnacle of, you know, the center of luxury.
Yeah.
And so I completely understand why people want to take pictures of it. It kind of like radiates luxury from outside in. And it's kind of like a I made it feeling. Like, I can't believe I actually made it here. I'm right outside of this unbelievable hotel, like you said, Katie, that...
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I broke up there for a second. That is, you know, kind of only
Blackout.
only in the movies. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it's most Instagrammable, if that's even a word.
Well, now it is.
And yeah, that's right. And you know, it's I don't want to say it's a status thing, but it's kind of a feeling of, man, this is really cool. I can't believe I'm actually here. I gotta take a picture and document this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, this is nothing. I tell you, this was happening for a long time. Obviously, you know, as social media scales, this is kind of what we see. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, Calvin?
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it at all. But you know, have you ever been somewhere and you go somewhere and you really don't appreciate the value of where you are till like later? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that because
Totally.
I've been there. I actually have a picture in front of that hotel. It was like 2009, 10 when I was working for Hilton, when I was working in the training department.
You're like, man, forget this thing.
I didn't
Yeah, just
forget
not
it.
even realizing
I was in awe by what it looked like.
Wow.
You know, I thought it was so different and creative. I said, I've never seen anything like this
Mhm.
before. So I took a picture in front of it, never really knowing.
Everything
What-
else.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so now I just wish, even that whole trip to Dubai, I mean, I went to the mall where they had the ski resort on the inside of the mall, all of that stuff, and just really didn't, you know how you do stuff, you're like, oh, that's cool. I just
you're
wish
like,
I
not
would have
possible.
embraced it more.
Mhm.
You know, I was a lot younger, and I wish I would have appreciated the value of where I was at a lot more.
Totally.
A lot of, you know, memorable experiences, but you know, just hecking a picture of it in front of it. Back then, I could imagine what it's like now. I bet it's like a whole different experience, but I'm not surprised that it's like the #1 Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. So yeah, I'm totally not surprised by it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
people are proud to go there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
All the
it's
time.
like showing my people, like, I made
Saying
it,
I'm
kind
going
of,
to
right?
Dubai?
I'm here. Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
totally.
it's a total pride thing.
That's why
You're like
yeah.
honored to be able to go. Yeah.
That's why I smoked my first hookah.
I tell you,
Oh,
I have too much information to
no, we love it.
I tell you that I'm usually like I have to go there every 3-4 months. I start shaking if I don't because
Yeah, withdraws.
I get withdrawals. You know, I'm like, oh, I need to
Dubai
buy.
junkie, huh?
I
The
need
Dubai
it.
junkie.
You know, but it's
I need to get
it's a fun place. Look, there's so much people that haven't been there. Look, I tell them you need to just go there. I can't
Mhm.
explain it to you.
Yep.
There's so much to do, so much to see, and things what you see there you won't see anywhere in the world.
Nope,
Nowhere.
I agree.
You know.
Uh-huh.
That is why that one single word Dubai is most used. You can name any country, any place, right? But when you say Dubai, you automatically think luxury. That's it.
Yeah.
You automatically think luxury because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like Katie was saying, underwater zoo. Where do you find an underwater zoo? You know what I mean?
Literally. I was like, I've never even, like, that's not something you even hear about, you know?
No. Well,
You
they have
only see that
vending
on-
machines. They literally have vending machines where
That's
you can buy gold bars that are almost like $1 million.
So yeah, like yeah. Unbelievable.
Like we get a soda from a vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get it.
Yeah,
If it even comes out. Seriously.
if you get it, right? So
Oh my god.
amazing stuff, amazing guys. And I think it's if people want to know, so the Burj has different properties. So you can actually go to there's quite a few different properties of the Burj that you can go to. And I would suggest check them all out, because they're all different. And the newest one that's going to open there next year in 2023, I think in the second quarter. So great things coming there. There's a lot of new products and a lot of new innovations that are going to be over there as well. So, but let me take you guys to the next piece. It's basically loyalty programs. Okay. Majority of the Americans say loyalty programs influence hotel bookings. Right now, in this piece, they're saying 44% guess stating loyalty programs play a big part in their hotel choice.
Yeah.
Now, hotels need to determine which perks and incentives are most effective. They're saying everything right now is based on a points value because now they can redeem their points for something else. 55% of business travelers state ability to participate in a loyalty program plays a big part in where they choose to book. Now, this is why I love the EV Hotel NFT rewards program. It's because this solves all these issues. They don't need the points to redeem things. The business traveler is redeeming their points so they can get discounts on their food and drinks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Because they're not paying for the room. They don't care about the payment to the room because their companies are paying for it or they're expensing it. So they're giving their points, saying that put my reward number in. They're using those points for discounts on the food and drinks. So how about you pay for it ahead of time and you don't have to worry about it, right? You can get free room nights and all of this. So I think this report was great. And knowing what we came up at EV Hotel is just going to be a huge success when it comes to the rewards program.
Yeah.
For everybody else, stay tuned. We're going to obviously give you more updates as they come on what the program is and what it looks like. So I'll go to Jeff first. Jeff, what are your thoughts after reading this?
All right, so I'm. You guys obviously see I'm in the car, and I'm on my way to a hunting camp. And hey, Stephanie, you're about to get my super country spiel right now, so it's perfect timing.
Yes.
So I'm on my way to a hunting camp in Louisiana, and we're going to be fishing for bluegill and bass and things like that. And if I fish, I want to eat the fish, but I don't want to eat just one small fish. It's not worth my time. But if I know I'm going to catch 10, I'm going to keep that first one. I think this really is kind of the same message a little bit. I'm kind of manufacturing this. But if you know that, hey, I'm going to be able to have X points or I already have this much value, it'll be worth going there rather than, well, I don't know how many times I'm going to go to this hotel, so I don't even need to bother with the reward system because I don't know what I'm going to be eligible to get. So that was kind of a shot in the dark to try to do a metaphor, but that's what I came up with on my country back road drive.
Yeah,
That was good.
I'm terrified about what the question was.
Well, you just missed it. So we had an article, Stephanie, that it was speaking on loyalty, and that's where it said 44% of the guests they kind of base their hotel bookings on loyalty programs, which are substantially good or great or even bad. In business travelers, 55% actually decide where to stay based on the loyalty program itself. So with the point-based system, the business travelers are using points so they can redeem them for food and drinks. So with the EV Hotel NFT rewards program, that kind of just helps everybody out because they're pre-buying to stay at hotels where they're already getting discounts on food and drinks and they're already getting their free room nights. So that's why we were discussing about, almost as in what would you do instead? Would you want the points or would you want to pre-buy that you're already buying into it and you have about, with the initial EV Hotel program, the lowest tier is 6,000 with about 17 free room nights, right? 14 to 17. So, and that's where you already get discount on food and drinks, and you get other perks and incentives part of that. So, would you rather want that, knowing that you already had that, or do you want the points? For me,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Jeff. You were saying.
No, I thought you were done. Yeah, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I really went for it there, Stephanie. You kind of you walked in at an
I'm gonna ask
interesting
Ken
time.
to. I'm gonna
I
ask
don't-
Ken
I
to
don't
send you
know
the
about-
recording.
I don't know about the execution, but I went for it.
You gave your own personal,
I
I like the creativity, Jeff.
Look, yeah, I think I thought it was great.
I would
Flower flies
rather
too,
have
it's awesome.
10. I would rather have 10 fish than not know how I'm gonna yell it.
Yeah,
Keep working and make it work, Jeff. Make it work, man.
that's it.
You're in the
That's it.
pocket, baby. You're in the pocket.
That's why he's in Texas. You know what I mean? But I could come back to you, Stephanie. But obviously, welcome. We're always grateful to have you here.
Ah,
You know,
boop, boop.
It's
Jeff,
Katie's
you look so
birthday
pretty.
today, Stephanie.
You always do, but
It's
I-
Katie's birthday today.
Katie, are you?
no,
20,
it was yesterday.
Are
But
you
thank
24 again?
No, older.
That's awesome.
25.
I'm so
25.
glad.
Ah,
I'm so happy to see you all. Calvin, I
Happy to see
missed
you.
your handsome face.
Oh, you so kind.
it's a good lighting for Calvin too. I was like, honestly, Calvin, whoa.
Calvin, you're lucky she says that to you. I never
I love
get
it. I
that.
love it too.
Shut up, Ken.
I never get that.
I'm just telling you, it was the green top hat. I just can't get it out of my head.
can't get it
every
out of your
single-
head,
I
can
can't.
you?
I just can't get it out of my head.
See, that's that money green, baby. Money green.
She loved that money green.
Yes, he does.
She's like, what is it green? I hope it rains green every day.
Yeah, that's totally me. My measurement of success is all money.
No. You're the kindest person on this planet.
No,
So
Thank you. That's
But-
so nice of you. I'm sorry I was late. I had a speaking engagement that went over, so I'm very sorry that I was late.
oh no, it's quite all
we're happy to
right.
have you now.
We're just glad to have you overall.
Well, you have me. I am here.
So what do you think? What do you think about loyalty programs? I know you got probably a lot to say. You were part of the one NFT meeting on
Mm.
it. So
I think the way that you are doing it, Ken, I think it's going to be really. I think it's just it makes so much sense for me. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for me, really, the loyalty program is honestly how early can I get into the hotel and how late can I stay at the hotel. That's my biggest thing. Food, not so much. I mean, when I'm traveling with the kids, it's awesome. They have very specific places that they love to stay. And, it's not, a lot of times it's not 5-star hotels, but it's kind of like the cool, funky things like midnight snacks or things that they can, get that's cool. For me, it's everything convenience. So,
Yeah.
Do they have a boardroom that they just let me use because I can use it? How early can I get there? So many of my flights now, I'm getting at like 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning to be at a hotel and check in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do that. So it's nice. That's kind of the reason why I choose it. But I think the way that you're presenting, Ken, and the way you guys have worked this out, it's elegant. It's an elegant solution. It's a business solution that's so incredibly elegant, and the perks are just amazing. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'll send you my money now.
I love it. I love
Send you
it.
my money.
Platinum
Yeah.
level.
Exactly. Actually,
Medallion.
Calvin's paying for it because of the
Yeah.
hat. He's
There you
paying
go.
for mine. So
You
just,
cannot get that hat out your mind.
Are we
Thank
talking
you.
about like the St. Patrick's Day hat?
yeah.
Oh,
St. Patrick's Day hat?
I thought I missed something. I was like,
I still have that hat too.
that was a good hat.
I'm gonna wear
That
it
was a
again.
good hat. Not only did he have the hat, it seemed like he had fireworks.
I had
going
to-
on.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna wear that hat on my next date.
Right.
There you go.
You were on fire, my friend. You were
Yeah,
on
yeah.
fire.
We got to just put some maybe Gucci symbols on it, and
Oh
you know,
yeah, put some
There you go.
feathers in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Cal-
That's good.
So what do you think, Calvin?
Oh
What's
man,
your
I'm,
take
I'm
on
all
it?
for
I
it.
know you've been on-
I'm all for that membership program with EV. I just think it's different. People want. I think the drinks and all of that is cool to buy it, but I think the experiences that we've wrapped in it as well is going to be
Yeah.
going to be killer. I just think people are looking for something different, and I think this NFT membership program is going to provide that. So I really don't have much to add other than just it's coming.
Well, I also, in my 2 cents into this is that, look, you with obviously the top tier doesn't expire, but the other tiers expire in 18 months, right? And you're traveling, whether it's business or leisure, you're traveling somewhere, right? So even last minute traveling, even if you say I want to go on, to Phoenix or another location or Tampa Bay, whatever, and you want to just take your family on, you're always going to have that room.
Yeah.
You're always going to have that room. So how could you go wrong, right?
Totally.
And that's what I believe in. I'm like, look, if I wanted to go somewhere and I was planning to, like in a week or two on the weekend, and like the room rate was $1,400 a night. And I was like, what? You were just like 3 weeks ago, you were like $400 a night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, to me, I'm like, is it worth it? Well, I have to go. So
Yeah.
it's now, I have no choice. But then when you have something like this, it makes it better. I think and the other add-ons are great add-ons, but overall, your savings is on the top, right? Your savings is on the top where all the other pieces are great. The experience portion of it. And the top tier, I mean, there's so much perks in it that the value of it is almost over 100 times more, so it's kind of what I have, my 2 cents. I'm excited to get it rolled out very soon here, and make even better announcements. So this is going to be one of the greatest things that I look at and see how we could even get this kind of done and all of these other pieces put together. But you kind of just came at the end, Stephanie. So
Sorry, guys.
Oh, no.
We're glad you got here. You look great. You look revived.
You look beautiful.
Yeah. That's what I was
always.
feeling, is revived from South Africa when I could barely keep my eyes open. I'm like,
Oh my God.
You didn't get attacked by, like, you weren't on this Jeep in the middle of the safari and the lion came.
I got attacked. It just wasn't an animal, but that's a whole other show. And Calvin wasn't there to protect me. Darn it.
Man.
Man, that's too bad. Did you
Yes.
use your karate chop? Like
I didn't have to. I used my words. That was
good.
that
Good.
seemed to
That's
work
venomous
wonders.
as well. Yeah.
That's what Devin said. Devin's like, well, that's enough. Just
Why didn't you get Devin on the show? It's awesome when you guys are together and
Devin's
like
still mad at you for calling her a tour guide.
Wow.
I'll send her a message on Instagram.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caden saw your message this morning and he said, is Ken going to be giving away any of his clothes?
Oh.
And Devin's like, he called me a tour guide.
Oh.
Ah, man.
Well, I'll make a trip up there. I am soon enough.
Please.
So,
Please,
yeah,
everybody's welcome. Please, please, please.
And, I'll bring a nice cake for Devin. Says, thank you very much, Devin, for not being a tour guide.
Ugh, she's fun. Yeah, so we should all get together. We should all plan that. Like, let's do it. Let's plan like an offsite and come here. And Calvin, you have to bring your hat. Ken, you have to bring your hat.